The Emma Raducanu anomaly, when winning the lottery ruins your life. Most 18-year-olds are worried about three things: passing their driver's test, hiding a hangover from their parents, and figuring out how to file taxes without crying. Emma Raducanu had different plans. In the summer of 2021, she decided to skip the awkward growing pains phase of life and jump straight to global icon. She walked into the US Open ranked 150th in the world, a ranking that usually implies your matches are broadcast on a grainy CCTV camera in a parking lot, and she walked out as the champion. It was the sporting equivalent of walking into a casino with a single crumpled dollar bill, putting it in a slot machine, and winning the deed to the building. She didn't just win, she broke the logic of the sport. She played 10 matches, including qualifiers, and didn't lose a single set. She barely lost a game. She sliced through the world's best players like a lightsaber through warm butter. But as the confetti rained down in New York and the Queen of England sent her a congratulatory telegram, yes, a literal telegram, no one realized we weren't watching the start of a dynasty. We were watching the start of a modern tragedy about the corrosive nature of instant fame. The fairy tale ended the moment she lifted the trophy. The horror story of the brand began immediately after, the glitch in the matrix. To understand the anomaly, you have to respect the absurdity of the achievement. In tennis, you are supposed to pay your dues. You grind on the ITF circuit in dusty towns. You lose in the first round of majors for 3 years. You build calluses on your hands and scar tissue on your ego. Raducanu skipped the line. She went from sitting her A-level math exams in London to being on a billboard in Times Square in the span of 3 months. Because she was young, multicultural, eloquent, and insanely talented, the corporate world didn't just knock on her door, they kicked it down with a battering ram made of money. Tiffany & Co., Dior, Porsche, British Airways, Vodafone. Within weeks, she was the face of everything. And this is where the anomaly shifts from a sports story to a psychological thriller, The Weight of the Met Gala. The narrative turned sour with terrifying speed. The British press, known for building athletes up only to cannibalize them for sport, sharpened their knives. When Raducanu lost early in her next tournament, the headlines weren't "Young player adjusts to tour." They were "Raducanu loses focus." When she appeared on the red carpet at the Met Gala, looking stunning in Chanel, the comment section was a cesspool. Maybe spent less time in makeup and more time on the practice court. One-hit wonder. She cares more about Vogue than volleys. This is the trap of modern fame. We demand our athletes be superstars, but the moment they accept the perks of stardom, we punish them for not suffering enough. We wanted her to be the next Serena Williams, but we treated her like an Instagram influencer who got lucky.
The body breaks. The cruelest irony of the Raducanu story is that while her bank account was ready for the big leagues, her body was not. Because she skipped the grind phase of her career, her physical conditioning hadn't caught up to her talent. The WTA Tour is a meat grinder. It requires a body of steel to play week in and week out. Raducanu had the body of a normal teenager. Her wrists failed, her ankles rolled, her back seized. She underwent 3 surgeries in a single year. The image of the smiling champion holding the US Open trophy was replaced by the image of a tearful girl wrapping ice packs around her joints, looking up at her box with a mix of confusion and pain. The coaching carousel. Compounding the chaos was the Raducanu decision-making machine. In a move that baffled the tennis world, she fired the coach who helped her win the US Open almost immediately after the victory. Then she hired another, and fired him, and another, and another. She changed coaches the way most of us change Netflix passwords. This instability fed the narrative that she was uncoachable, or that her camp, led by her father, thought they knew better than the experts. Every firing was a fresh news cycle. Every new hire was a fresh start that lasted 3 months. It became a soap opera where the tennis was the B-plot, the curse of expectations. Here is the uncomfortable truth. If Emma Raducanu had lost in the semifinals of that US Open, she might be a better player today. If she had lost, she would have been the promising underdog. She would have had time to grow, to lose, to get fit, and to learn the craft in the shadows. Instead, she was handed the Holy Grail on her first quest. How do you find motivation when you've achieved the ultimate dream at 18? How do you deal with the imposter syndrome that screams it was a fluke every time you hit a ball into the net? We live in an era of TikTok attention spans. We expect progress to be linear. We think if you win once, you should win always. But progress is messy. Raducanu is currently trying to build a career in reverse. She won the Super Bowl, and now she has to go back and learn how to play high school football, all while the entire world screams at her from the bleachers. The verdict: Emma Raducanu is not a failure. She's a victim of a system that wasn't designed for anomalies. She's a millionaire, a Grand Slam champion, and a household name. By any normal metric, she has won at life. But in the ruthless context of elite sports, she's trapped in purgatory. She's fighting to prove that she's a tennis player who does commercials, not a commercial model who plays tennis. The anomaly isn't that she won, it's that we expected her to be normal afterward. We took a teenager, strapped her to a rocket, shot her into the sun, and then criticized her for getting a sunburn. The story of Emma Raducanu isn't over, but it serves as a flashing warning light for the Instagram generation. Fame is no longer a slow climb, it is a viral explosion, and the fallout is radioactive. Maybe she will win another slam, maybe she won't. But the fact remains that for 3 weeks in 2021, she played tennis deeper in the zone than almost anyone in history. No one can take that trophy away from her. The question now is whether the world will let her enjoy the sport again, or if the weight of that silver cup will eventually crush her wrists for good. Personally, I'm rooting for her. Not for the brand deals, but for the day she hits a winner and smiles like she did in New York, before she knew how heavy the crown would be. What's your take? Is Emma Raducanu the biggest one-slam wonder in history, or is she just a victim of bad luck and worse injuries? Do you think the British media ruined her career? Drop a comment below. And if you want more deep dives into the psychology of sports and why we treat athletes like stocks, smash that subscribe button. Just make sure you stretch your wrists first. We don't want any injuries here. Take a moment to check out the description for exceptional products and supplements aimed at enhancing your performance, and use promo code YT20 for 20% off your first order. Also, follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more captivating content. While you're here, feel free to delve into our channel for other intriguing videos. See you in the next one.